Hello everybody and welcome to Let's Play... Yes! It has been 5 years since I completed the original Boktai Let's Play. Not so long since I started that replay, and I'll get back to that eventually, but I think it's about time the saga continues, don't you? So, let's get the game started. Start from the beginning, of course. Ooh, password. Let me go grab the password from the original Boktai Let's Play real quick. Alright, here is the password. This is indeed the correct password, and when we finish naming ourselves Django, because of course it is, we will see that our title is Bishop. This will affect a couple things, and we'll see what it is later. For now, let's start the game proper. Once sun and moon retreat into darkness, grand twilight descends on the wedge-binding city of the sun. A deep shadow is then born in its wake. The beginning of the end.
It's not far now. Pass through this valley and you'll finally arrive at the city of the sun, San Miguel. Or rather, the city of death that your hometown has been turned into by the undeadening curse of the Dark Immortals. I thought the undeadening would abate with the Queen defeated, but I feel it with my solar sense. The undead still roam there, dark servants stripped of life and stripped of death, and the immortal shadow that manipulates them all. Let's go, Solar Boy Django. Dispel the dark clouds that shroud the city of the sun.
May the sun be with you.
First screen of the game, let's get it going, let's start adventuring!
Huh? Is that a hint panel over there? Hint panels are guides for adventurers left by those who have gone before. They give you useful info for your adventure and tips for overcoming obstacles. To read a panel, move close to it and press the A button. It'll do you no harm to find out what it says.
Let's get a look-see. Lest you become lost on your chosen path, know that north is to the top right, south is bottom left, east is bottom right, and the west is to the top left of the screen. I'm not going to read all these hit panels. We'll read a couple of them, but not all of them. Now, a lot of things have changed. We can see just from the HUD. You know what, first of all, let's get some sun in here. Yeah! So, for some reason my health gauge isn't full. I don't know what that's about. But we see we have a health gauge. They moved the sun gauge to the bottom of the screen. We have an energy gauge now. That's interesting. As opposed to it being part of the Gundel Saw, I mean. And in fact, the Gundel Saw icon is in the bottom right. Now, the Gundel Saw itself has been changed. It still fires shots, which I'm going to destroy these spiderwebs with. Well, you see, if I hold it down, there's no more spread. They have removed the spread capability of the Gundel Saw in this game. Now, that's not as terrible as it looks, because the Gundel Saw is actually way more powerful than it was before. Let's see. Let's take out these spiders. Die! Look at that. 300 damage. Well, nearly anyway. Oh, that was almost 200. What was that? Ah! Ah! Die, spider! You don't belong in this world. Good. Get out of here. It's a little bit tricky to aim, but Gundel Saw, still a good weapon. Hey, get over here. Yeah, screw it. Okay, you know what? You want to mess with me? You're dead. You got Map A. The hitbox on these things is weird. Well, let's continue on our journey. There's a hole. Well, for glory! Crap. Flatten up. In collapsed passages and other places where there's only a narrow footing, you can get through by flattening yourself up against the wall. Hold down the control pad toward the wall to flatten up against it. Keep the control pad held down to move while flattened. And this one just tells you how to move blocks, but we know how to move blocks. Alright, let's try this flatten thingy. Haha! Feel my might, hole!
Careful! Yes, there's no doubt. He's one of the immortals. A vampire.
Solar gun. The solar gun. Gun del Sol.
He took the solar gun? Still, it's no use to him. Only a solar child can operate the solar gun. It's useless in the hands of a vampire. Django! But how? Why would a vampire...
Django?
The danger's past. For now. But I can't believe it. A vampire that can use the solar gun? Maybe he is the dark cloud covering San Miguel. Django, what's done is done. You can't change the past. But it doesn't mean that the future is decided. What you do right now, that's what will determine the future.
The sun will rise tomorrow.
Remember the blood and soul that rests in your crimson scarf. Something like this never would have knocked your father's spirits. Let's go, Django. You should find some clues in San Miguel. You must track down that vampire and retrieve the solar gun.
May the sun be with you.
So he's surfaced then, the solar boy, Django.
But he's just a kid. How could you have defeated the queen, let alone the count?
Don't underestimate him. The blood of both the sun and the moon runs in his veins. Anyway, the queen, no, hell, simply returned to her rightful place. Right then, I must get on while there's nothing in the way. Sleeping Beauty awaits her wake-up kiss. You're in charge of stopping the boy.
Okay. What would you like me to do about the vessel?
Let it do as it pleases for now, until its entire soul sinks into darkness.
Motenko.
Behold, the city of the sun, San Miguel. But now, it is truly the city of death. Huh? Is that... Amidst the darkness, I sense a faint glimmer of life. Could there be something alive in there that escaped the undeadening?
Maybe. Surely not everything died. I'm still alive, Tanko's still here, Lita's still here somewhere. Ooh, a skylight. Don't need any energy right now, though. These handpanels just gonna tell us about that. There's a Bok here. Well, right now all I can use is my fists, but surely I can still kill a lowly Bok. Let's give it a shot. Uh-oh. I did 0 damage. It's gonna be a problem. Let's get out of here. Crap. Out of the frying pan into the fire. Oh god. Well, let's see. These guys are more material-based than Boks are, so maybe I can destroy him with my hands. Django's a strong guy. Hiya! Uh-oh. Nothing doing here.
Motenko.
Django, you can't defeat a skeleton without a weapon. Quick, retreat to the eastern passageway for now.
Oh, I see it. Later, loser! Hey, a chest.
Motenko.
Ah, the Gradius. It's a type of sword, I see. It's nothing compared to the solar gun, but it's better than using your bare hands. It can't purify the undead without the power of the sun, but skeletons are material-type monsters with physical form, so you can get rid of them for a while by destroying their bodies. It's all up to you now, Django.
Alright. it swings pretty good. Now, while it is a misromanization of the name Gladius, which is an actual sword, Gradius is actually a reference to the Konami game Gradius. Alright, let's see if I remember how the stealth thing works. Knock on the wall, get him to be an idiot, and then hit him in the back. Alrighty. Easy peasy. Skeletons are stupid.
Eat it! Brilliant, Django! EX points go up when you defeat monsters. When they reach a certain point, you'll be able to level up. By allocating the status points you get when you level up, you can enhance some of your stats. There are 4 stats you can enhance. Vitality, which affects life gauge capacity. Spirit, which affects your energy gauge capacity. Strength, which affects your attack power. And Agility, which affects your movement speed and your power to defend. You can allocate your points on the menu screen status menu. Even if you level up, your stats won't be enhanced unless you allocate points. So don't forget to do it.
Alright. Well, it's almost the perfect time to take a look at the menus and see what they've changed from Boktai 1. But not quite yet. There's still one more thing I want to grab. I want to take care of this skeleton before he gets in my way. Loser! You got Map B. Cool. Alrighty, what's this say? Protect yourself. You can reduce the damage you sustain if you equip a protector. Check the protectors you have and change equipment on the menu screen. Hey, another chest. Ooh, well, that must be a protector. Now I think we're ready to check the item screen. This one looks pretty much like Boktai 1, although the layout is a little bit different. Here's our key items. Here's our weapons bag. You'll see we have a bunch of slots. That's going to be very different from Boktai 1. We'll get into that later. Protectors. I'm going to equip this new one right now. And the status screen. Boktai 2 is a lot more of an RPG than Boktai 1 was. It's, for better and worse, I like the simplicity of Boktai 1, but this definitely offers a lot of customization that you can do. Now, there's our 4 stats here. And above that we have life, energy, attack, and defend. Attack and defend are basically generalizations of how much damage you do and how much damage is reduced. Up on the top right we have our level, XP, and how much we need to get to the next level. Below that is our skill level with weapons. That affects the base damage of the weapon when we're using it. Right now we have swords, fists, and gun. Now since we just completed an adventure in Boktai 1, our gun capability is going to be pretty high. Now for these, the most important stat is probably going to be agility. You need a lot of agility for the end of the game because stuff gets crazy and hits really hard. I'm going to put 3 points in right now, but usually you want to do 2 in agility and 1 in something else. Vitality or strength, usually. Spirit's not so important. With that done, let's keep going. What else we got here? Another skeleton. Alright, jerk. Killed ya. Alright. Well, it's just a bok. Well, actually, it's a zombie. It's a slightly upgraded bok. But, we got a sword now, so surely we can wreck this guy. I'm just gonna wait for him to move. Yeah!
No, no, no! Zombies are undead monsters. You can't defeat them without the sun's power. What were you thinking, eh? The solar boy losing the solar gun. Jeez. There's no point just taking out the little pins. Eh? You crying? Crying, are you? Think crying's gonna help? Even if it's raining cats and dogs. Here, I'll lend you this. Now, just cheer up, okay? You ready?
You got the Sol device.
That gun's the Sol device. It can add the property of enchantment to any weapon by using the sun's power. It's one amazing magic machine. But for enchantment, you gotta need all different types of moonlight magic. Huh? How come a solar machine needs moonlight magic, you ask? It's not that I don't know, I surely do. Don't worry about all those details, just use it. Eh? Can't use magic? You really ain't cut out for this. You sure you're the solar boy? Sure you can use easy stuff like enchantment soul, eh? Alright, I'm doing you some bloody favors. Bloody enough to please them vampires. Ready?
You learn the moonlight magic enchantment Sol.
Listen up, Kay. To use magic, you gotta equip the stuff first on the mini screen. Then your equipped magic shows up at the bottom left of the screen, Kay? You can switch enchanting magic on and off using the L button. When you attack using a weapon with enchantment on, the attack becomes a property attack, Kay? Magic lowers your energy, so watch yourself. And don't forget solo charging. Rest is up to you, Kay? I'm going to the mall. Don't be too long, alright?
Ah! Man, that scene gets me every single time. It's just, huh? What the hell was all that about? What? Ah! Fight! Alright, well, now we're all glowy and went Super Saiyan, so let's murder this guy. That was easy.
So there's moonlight magic in the Sol device? Well, you'll be able to purify the undead with it. You still have much to learn before facing immortals, but we can't be picky. But goodness, that girl. And the way she talks. She said she'd be waiting at the mall. Go to Sun Avenue in the heart of the city. Carry on to the north, Django.
You might have noticed there's a lot more talking in Boktai 2 than Boktai 1. It's one of the other things that they've changed. There's a lot more dialogue, a lot more exposition. We'll get into more of that next time, though. I'm going to leave it off for here. So, thank you all for joining me on the first foray into our adventure of Boktai 2. I will see you all next time. Thank you for watching, and bye-bye.